Welcome to Free Meditation TV. My name's Andrew. This is Agnya.
Good evening. Today we will talk about the sixth center within us. It's called Agnya Chakra, and it is located in our brain at the level of the optic chiasma. It controls two glands within our pituitary and pineal glands. It controls our eyes, movement of our eyes, our memories, and our thinking power. On our hands, we could feel condition of this center on our ring fingers, and on our toes, on our feet, we feel it on the fourth toe. So let's go to the qualities of this center.
Essentially, the qualities of the Agnya Chakra are forgiveness and peace. And that's why many people want to meditate, is to have that mental relief, which gives the peace. So how do we forgive? Well, first of all, there's two main ways to forgive. Forgiving others that bother us, and also forgiving ourselves. It's a lot easier said than done, isn't it? And we try, but when things build up inside of us, we can't help ourselves, and we kind of lash out at someone else or at ourselves if we're beating ourselves up. So why does this happen, that things build up inside of us and we can't handle it anymore? It's pretty simple. It's because this is the end of the line for those side channels that we talked about earlier on in the shows. The yellow channel is the right-sided channel that runs up and it crosses over to the left lobe of the brain, which we call ego. On the other side is the blue channel, and it runs up and comes up into the superego. So let's say you're a very busy person, working, not sleeping enough. You're heating up your liver, you're heating up the whole right side of your body. All that heat rises up into your ego, and you start getting egotistical thoughts. Oh, I'm working so hard, I'm jogging so much, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You start feeling a little superior to others, judging others, and even having temper with others when they're doing things that you find or you judge to be not acceptable or of a lesser quality. This is why we build up things in our body and we lash out like that. On the other side, this is when we start getting into habits, when we start getting a little bit depressed. Then we start sleeping more. We start procrastinating more. We start digging ourselves deeper into a depressive state, really. And all that adds up on our left channel, and it expands the entire left side of the brain, the superego, and we almost become like a prisoner of our own thoughts, our past, our conditionings, and we can get, as mentioned before, a little bit on the depressed side. But don't worry, there's a way out of these two horrible outcomes. And that is just to relax from your heart, take a deep breath, learn how to meditate, and you can slowly take away these two tendencies. Because if you're like me, you probably find yourself going to either side. Sometimes you can be a little bit aggressive with others, and sometimes you can feel bad about yourself. So in a nutshell, the purpose of meditation at the Agnya Chakra is to get some peace and also to be able to forgive yourself and forgive others.
These two institutions, ego and superego, also work in our brain as, we could say, database and the engine. The superego, that's on the right side of our head, it controls our memory, everything we remember. And on the left side is our ego. It's like an engine. It works and works and works. So if we are too much on the ego side, what happens is that we cannot sleep. So now if you try to sleep and you cannot, it means that this side of the sympathetic is overactive. This is where we say, I forgive, just to quiet our ego side. If on the other side, we're on the lethargic side, we're all the time in the past, we cannot wake up, we all the time half asleep, half awake, then it means that this part of the brain is overworked or depleted with the energy. So this is where we could say, I'm okay, please forgive me. This is how we control our ego and superego. Why is it important? Because when they deflate and the energy kundalini passes through the Agnya chakra in the brain, in the limbic area, it gives us the state of peace. It gives us the state of thoughtless awareness, the state of mental silence. In this state, you are not depressed, you are not overactive, you are not stressed because there are no thoughts. And your thought process is less and less. Thought rises and falls, and in between two thoughts there is this space when you are in the present. Because when we think about the past or we think about the future. But when we are thoughtless, we're in the present. This is the time when our attention is very sharp. We could feel vibrations of others, we could feel vibrations of ourselves because we're thoughtless. But to get to this state, you need two things. Forgive yourself, forgive others, and try to enjoy meditation. Now we'll get into the next segment of our class, video of Sri Mataji. Enjoy her talk about Agnya Chakra.
Which rises and gives us our self-realization.
Qui s'élève et nous donne notre réalisation du soi.
This is our own power.
C'est notre propre pouvoir.
And she is our mother.
Et ce pouvoir est féminin, c'est notre mère.
She has been waiting for this moment when she could achieve this second birth for you.
Et elle a attendu longtemps pour ce moment, pour accomplir cette seconde naissance en nous.
And it has been for ages.
Et elle a attendu pendant des âges et des âges.
She's like a tape recorder.
Comme un capricorne.
She knows all about us.
Elle sait tout à propos de nous.
She knows about all our failings.
Tout à propos de nos défauts.
She knows all of our weaknesses.
Tout de nos faiblesses.
And she knows all about our dreams and aspirations.
Tout de nos rêves et de nos aspirations.
So, she's not going to trouble you at all.
Donc elle ne va pas nous déranger du tout.
As your mother gave you birth and she took all the trouble.
De la même façon qu'une mère nous donne la naissance et prend sur elle tout le mal, toute la douleur.
In the same way, this mother takes up all the problems upon itself.
De la même façon, cette mère prend tout le problème sur elle-même.
And when she rises, she understands how to move.
Et lorsqu'elle s'élève, elle comprend comment elle doit se déplacer.
And how to establish your self-realization.
Et comment établir notre réalisation du soi.
So to achieve your self-realization, you don't have to worry much.
Donc pour accomplir cette réalisation du soi, on n'a pas à se faire beaucoup de soucis.
That works all right.
Ça marche très bien.
But the connection with the divine
Mais la connexion avec le divin
has to be established firmly.
doit être établie fermement.
Many people who get realization feel very fine and then just get lost.
Car beaucoup de gens qui ont leur réalisation se sentent très bien, mais ensuite ils disparaissent.
And then they come and complain. They have got this trouble, they have got this fever, they have got cancer, all kinds of things.
Et longtemps plus tard, ils reviennent en disant qu'ils ont tel ou tel ennui, des fièvres, ou même le cancer, ou je ne sais quoi.
As a result of this happening,
Comme résultat de cet événement,
you get physically perfect. Higher chakra than that is the chakra of Agnya.
le chakra au-dessus et le chakra de l'Agnya,
It's very important
il est très important,
because when we think too much, this chakra goes out of order.
parce que lorsque nous pensons trop, ce chakra n'est plus en état de marche.
We think of the future or we think of the past.
Nous sommes sur le passé ou sur le futur,
We have to be in the present.
alors que nous avons à être au présent.
And for that, it is important to forgive everyone.
Et pour cela, il est important de pardonner à chacun.
If you can forgive, you'll be surprised. You stay in the present.
Et si vous pardonnez, vous serez surpris de voir que vous êtes tout le temps vraiment au présent.
It's a very surprising phenomenon.
C'est un phénomène très surprenant.
Actually, when this center works too much, and people think too much, I just tell them, you go and say, I forgive everyone.
Et en fait, lorsque je vois des gens qui ont ce chakra qui est en mauvais état, je leur dis simplement de répéter « je pardonne à tout le monde ».
Miraculously it works.
Et miraculeusement, ça fonctionne.
And people go into that state which we call as thoughtless awareness.
Et les gens entrent dans cet état qu'on appelle la conscience sans pensée.
That means you stand in the present.
C'est-à-dire que vous tenez dans le présent.
But the best thing that happens with this center opening, that your eyes become innocent.
Et ce qui se passe de mieux avec l'ouverture de ce chakra, c'est que vos yeux deviennent innocents.
Christ has said, thou shalt not have adulterous eyes.
Le Christ l'avait dit, tu n'auras pas les yeux adultères.
He said it for the Christians.
Et il l'a dit évidemment pour les chrétiens.
But do you find Christians like that?
Est-ce que vous trouvez des chrétiens comme cela?
Not at all.
Pas vraiment, pas du tout.
But then, when this center is opened out, the Christ is awakened within us, and our eyes become innocent.
Mais au contraire, lorsque ce centre est éveillé et que le Christ s'éveille dans ce centre-là, nos yeux deviennent innocents.
Without any greed, without any lust.
Sans plus aucune envie envers les choses, sans plus aucun désir de type sexuel.
These eyes are so powerful
Ces yeux deviennent si puissants
that even a glance of such eyes
que même un seul coup d'œil de tels yeux
can create beauty and peace,
peuvent créer de la beauté et la paix,
can give happiness and benevolence,
peuvent faire du bonheur et de la bienfaisance,
and can cure people.
peuvent guérir les gens.
The last but not the least is the seventh center, which we call as Sahasrara.
Let's now go into our meditation section of the program tonight to help us go beyond the Agnya chakra. Please place your hands on your lap like this. Feel the energy rising from the base of your spine. You can bring your hand up like this. See if you feel the energy just above the top of your head. Take a deep breath and enjoy the video and the music, and try to remain thoughtless for a few minutes. Let's open our eyes now. Hope you had a good meditation. Is there any questions today about the Agnya chakra?
Probably no questions today. So we will finish our class for tonight, and we will see you next week. We will talk about the next center. It's called Sahasrara chakra. Hope you enjoyed our class, and see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.